Here we go.
Hey, welcome everybody to our first Let's Face It. So we are super excited to come to you in a series of tutorials. And tonight we're going to come to you to talk about what's in your toolbox. And this is what we're referring to. We're going to talk about the Mary Kay brushes. And each of us are going to explain a different brush or series of brushes for you. So my name is Pat Rinalda, and we decided tonight to tell you how many free cars we've driven. I have driven 17, and probably 14 of that 17 were pink Cadillacs. So I'm going to pass it over to Dale.
And my name is Dale Memelar, and I think I was driving maybe 14 cars. And the reason why it's sometimes hard to say is because sometimes the company gives you a cash compensation. So as I grew my family, a car did not fit and we needed a van and you could take the cash. So choices again in Mary Kay are fabulous.
Nice.
And Chris.
All right, I am Chris Riley, and I am on, let's see, I've been in for 23 years, and I believe I'm on my 8th car.
Yay.
Excellent. Linda?
I'm Linda Endon, and I am currently driving my 13th free car.
Awesome. That's a lot of cars.
It is.
We kept GM in business for a lot of years. Congratulations, all of you. Okay, so I'm going to start this program tonight, and we're going to try to make it short and sweet. So I don't know if you can tell, but and I'm going to kind of clip this over because, you know, I haven't been to the hairdresser for a while. I don't know about you people. I know some of you are doing your own. And I'm going to talk to you about concealer. Now, we all want to make sure that you realize that for any of these great tools to work, you've got to be using a great skincare. So you all know that that's the Mary Kay skincare line. I personally use the repair set, the Value Firm repair set, which is for more mature skin. And I know all these other ladies probably might be using that too, even though they're not quite as old as I am. Okay, I'm going to talk to you about concealer and how I apply concealer. You're going to see all different kinds of tutorials on how and what and where, but I want to talk about two particular tools here, our cream eyeshadow brush and our blending sponge. Now, if you saw the blending sponge that comes out of the box, it's probably about half the size. This is wet. I actually run it under the water, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze until it's about twice the size, so it's super pliable, okay? So if I'm getting ready in the morning, I'm just going to do one eye here as if I'm getting ready in the morning, and I'm going to put my under eye concealer. All of the concealers that I'm using are 16 retail. And you're going to see me dot. Now, you do not need to use much of this product because a little bit goes a long ways. And I'm going to start with my cream blending brush. And I'm just going to go up close under the eye.
Where you're hidden.
What's that?
You're hidden.
There you go.
Sorry. And then I'm going to go on my, now can you see how much color? And you probably can't, but I have super red skin on my eyelids. So I'm using the light ivory on my lid to black out, and I didn't use, whoops, quite enough. So let me put just a little bit more there. Can you see the redness at all, ladies, or not?
A little bit. When you put it on, it looks like it's toning it down.
Okay. And I actually go up under. I don't necessarily do anything in the crease. And depending on what I'm doing, and I do bring it in the corner of my eye, that light ivory, depending on, you know, how fancy I'm getting, I might use the light beige in the crease to already give kind of a shadow effect there, because that's where we're going to put, you know, our medium eyeshadow. So I've got under eye concealer here, light ivory, on the lid, under the brow, and then light beige in the crease. Then I'm going to proceed with my makeup, and then before I put any powder on my face, but I've got foundation on my face, I often do this with the light ivory. That's where my blending sponge comes in. And I'm just going to do that over to add a little bit of brightness right in the center of my face. That's after foundation. And then when I do it up above my brow, again, the light is going to hit that and you know, give the effect of lifting. And then I'm going to go up and down my nose, and you can kind of, can you see the difference?
Mm-hmm.
And then the Cupid's bow, and I wouldn't normally have lipstick on. And then I just do this. So the blending is key. Okay, so that's how I apply my concealer every morning. I'm going to throw this over to Dale.
And I caught the brush.
Hey!
Anyway, I am going to talk about 3 of our brushes. And they're all our foundation brushes. We have a powder foundation brush and our liquid foundation brush, and then our blending brush, which is, they're all dense. They're soft. They hold product extremely well. Product that, before applying foundation, that I just want to quickly talk about is our foundation primer. This just like you prime a piece of furniture or a wall before you paint, what we just put up on the screen here is an orange that has primer on it. You can see how just even the pores of the orange have changed. And now this picture has primer plus a little foundation. So you can see how just, again, why don't we use something that will now smooth out our skin? Applying the primer, you can use even a brush, and this brush is a great one to do it too. If you wanted to apply the primer on, and then you could smooth this all around, you can use this brush. This is a great finishing brush too, and I'll show you at the end. Our CC creams, or complexion correctors they're called, is one of the 5 foundations we have. We have CC creams, we have mineral powders, we have matte and luminous wear, and then a cream to powder. I'm going to share with you our CC creams and mineral powders. The reason why is they are the most easiest to match up whether I see you or not, both in the mineral and the CC. The CC, there's 5 colors, going from very light to very deep. So that's the amazing blendability. And then as we wear sunscreen, however, we still get a tan. And your skin can change colors. So just applying a CC cream, and it blends so well. Another thing about the CC creams that are amazing is that they're blendable. So, or buildable, I'm sorry. So what I'm going to just do is I'm going to stripe. This is our very light. They're buildable, so you can put a layer on, and if you want more coverage, you can. But what you will notice with these products is that they cover extremely well and very easy. So what I do have here is our light to medium. I don't know if you can see that either. This is the very light. Sometimes I'm scared by that very light, but it's a really nice light color if you're fair. Majority of my customers are this light to medium. And then there's this medium to deep that blends in as you get tanner. And then there's deep. I will just put deep over here just to show you the deep side of it. But what you'll notice, oh, I had that on my finger. You'll notice how tan, or how, it could look really tan. They're just gonna blend all together, which is amazing. How I like to apply it, I love the angled brush to apply foundations. What I do is I take it and I use my hand as a palette, and I put it right on my hand here, And then I take the foundation and tap it and then just blend. And I'm just going to blend these and it will be absolutely fine. What I love about this angled brush too, you can go right under your eye and keep blending. And I'll just blend that away. And again, buildable. Smoothing. These hydrate for 10 hours. They are a quick, easy fix if you wanted to just put a quick foundation on and it's there. This brush makes it extremely smooth. If you wanted to do any finishing touches, you could smooth it out this one too. So really, these are both great liquid foundation brushes. I'm going to talk about mineral powders now. And what I love about the CC creams, you can use this as a base to your foundations. And using a mineral powder right over top of a CC cream is great. Once again, mineral powders come in 2, 4, 6, 7, about 8 different colors. So again, trying to match your skin with a mineral powder is great. My most common ones are Ivory 2 and Beige 1. They come with a little thing that you can stop your powder from coming out, but I love to just get a little bit in the cap, take your brush and get it in there, and then you can just apply it just like that.
You have lovely skin.
It's these products that make it so smooth.
Mm-hmm.
If I was just choosing to use mineral powder only, what I would do is exactly what I did, but I would probably do it about 3 times. A very light coat, you don't need a lot. I mean, if you get a smoke bomb, you have way too much on your brush. Just do a little bit. But when I use CC cream, just 1 layer is just perfect. Anyway, to the brushes that I used, all of these retail for $14 each. And the CC cream that I used, this retails for $22. The mineral powders retail for $20. I think that's it. Take it away, Chris.
All right. Trying to get to me. There we are. Oh, there's Linda.
There you are.
Here I am. All right. So I want you to notice already that, can you see that there's something wrong with me? So can you tell this eyebrow is done? Not so much. This has everything else on. Even the eyebrow, I think, makes my eyeshadow appear darker, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's interesting how that works. So I have extremely light eyebrows. As you can see, there is nothing on here. I took it all off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you some of the products that I use, and I'm going to I'll do it on this eye so you get a chance to see it. Now, for the brow liners, we have the Classic Blonde, which is still my favorite. Still my favorite. And what I love about this one too, it lasts, I don't know, 8 months, 6 months,
Yeah.
8 months. So it lasts a long time. You just got to have a sharpener with this one. So this is Classic Blonde. And then there's also the MK Precision Brow Liner. And this is the mechanical one. Now I love this one too. I just think that, I don't know why. I just like this one the best. So isn't it great to have choices, right? We have choices. And the brow liner is 14, and that comes in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shades. And then Classic Blonde only comes in 1 shade, and it's 11. So the first thing that you need to do, once you've already groomed your eyebrows, I'm jumping straight to coloring them versus I'm not giving you any tips on how they should look or anything like that. So they're already groomed. After I've already put loose powder, everything would be on. What I normally do is I take our brush, and this one, let's see, I think this is just called an eyebrow brush, and on the other end is your eyeliner. And I like to get powder or foundation or anything that I have. This is what I normally do. Okay, so I do this first, brushing the hairs up. And then I will take my Classic Blonde, and that's how I create my color. Okay, so I'm gonna do that next. Can you guys see me, or am I too far away? Am I good?
No, you're a little far away.
A little far?
Yeah, pull the mirror closer to your computer, maybe.
How's that?
Better.
Okay. I want to make, you guys are going to have to tell me so I don't like, you know, paint weird part of my face. Okay. So you can tell already, I'm kind of filling in, and I just pretty much am coloring the hairs. I don't, but you can actually, for somebody who doesn't have eyebrows, you can actually draw them in too. The Precision Brow Liner, I think, works a little better for that. So can you tell already?
Yes.
All right. So this is just the classic blonde. And then to finish it off, I use our fabulous tints, our volumizing brow tints. And I am using blonde. So I've already got have some color on there. So with this, there's a couple different ways. I do what works comfortably for me. Some people like to go backwards and then bring it up. I take it, press a little bit hard, and like you would put mascara on, kind of on your eyelashes, you're doing the same thing kind of on your brows. Brush it up, and less is more. I brush this off on my, you know, wipe it off a little bit before you start. And then I got a little bit underneath there, but it's pretty nice. It just wipes away. Can you tell?
Mhm.
Wow.
Now it looks like I need more over here.
You know, your eyebrows are a picture frame for your face. I mean, what a difference.
Yes, yes. It makes it complete. It makes it
Yes.
complete. And then the brow tints are only 14.
Mhm.
And if you wanted to do a 5-minute face, like Dale was talking about CC cream, you could just do your CC cream. And for me, I've got to have eyebrows. So I could skip the classic blonde, just use the tint,
Mhm.
put the mascara on, and I look a lot more alive.
Yeah.
You can see even with my glasses how it makes a
Mhm.
big difference in your face. So brow tint, 14. The Precision Brow Liner is 14. The Classic Blonde Pencil, 11. And then the brush, this is your eyebrow with the liner. This doesn't come in the brush set, I don't believe, right? Am I right?
You're right.
And this is only 10. So this is like a tool that I think if you can't live without.
Yeah.
So love it, love it, love it. So there's eyebrows. All right. So over to Linda.
Hello, I'm going to talk to you about using these two brushes. This is the all over powder brush and this is the cheek brush. So we're going to talk about cheek color and contouring. So I have, I use every day, this is just my regular compact. This is Hint of Pink because I'm very light skinned. And this is Latte, which is the contouring powder that you would use if you're fair skinned. We have more than those colors, but that's what I'm using today. So when you're finished with your liquids, foundation of whatever kind, except for the powder, any liquid foundation and concealers, I like to finish that off with the blending sponge like Pat was showing you, and a little bit of a spray, a finishing spray. And then after that, I go to powders. I start out with the translucent powder, and like Dale was just showing you with the mineral powder, you use like just what's in the lid, just what's in there. And you're just gonna lightly dust everything. It gives you an amazing finish. So then powder blends better on powder. So you start with the translucent powder, then I do my contouring. So the contouring I do is I have this big fat brush, and contouring you really do need to be kind of precise with it, but I'm squeezing the brush so that you can see it's just a narrow and a stiff bristle when I'm holding the bristles the way I do. And then I'm gonna dip it in my contour. And the first thing you're gonna do is go all the way around your hairline and under your jawline. And depending on what you've got hanging under here, you will adjust accordingly. And I don't even like to say this, but if you were to look down and check that, you would see which area is loose, and you would want that to be a slightly darker shade than the rest of your face. so that it's in the shadow and less noticeable. Okay, so when you highlight, you're attracting attention. Like Pat put the highlighter on the parts of her face and blended it to bring that forward and to brighten it. Well, contouring is the opposite, where you're wanting to kind of darken that and let that be out of view. Okay, so that's the idea with the contouring. Now, if you have a rounder face and you want to create more of a cheekbone, you would, when you bring your contour around like this, you would just bring it right up under that cheekbone as well. And then, voila, it sculpts your face. I know it seems like it might not be an important step, but it sculpts your face. It truly does change the shape. So then we've got our cheek color brush. And let me see, how can you see this? There it is. So that one side has longer bristles and one side has shorter bristles. Well, I like to use the side with the shorter bristles, dip it in my pink, and cover my cheekbone with that color. And then to highlight your cheekbone, I use a lot of Biscotti eyeshadow because I, like Pat, have very red eyelids and I'm very fair. So I use the Biscotti, which is this almost white right here. So I take, and this is just me, you guys, there are so many ways to do this. I take the long bristles, I hold them tight, dip them in the Biscotti, and then just quick do a highlight on that cheekbone after putting my cheek color on. And then you can always take your blending brush and just kind of make sure all those hairs are going downward like they ought to be. And that is the contour part of what I do every day for my face. It's just hiding things, hiding some things, okay? Around here and under here. So highlighting is completely the opposite, and Pat did a good job showing that. Now, this is our brush toolkit. It sells for $55 retail. It contains both of these big brushes and 3 eye blending brushes. So those are the brushes that come in this kit. The foundation brushes that Dale talked about are sold separately, and the kit is $55 for all 5 brushes. But I want to just really point out how important it is to use clean brushes, because you cannot get, you can get a really muddy contour if your brush is not clean. There are 2 ways in Mary Kay that we clean our brushes. I have lots of brushes that I use on during my facials with my clients, so they can try products in a way that is going to look good, because brushes make such an incredible difference in the application of your color, the blending, everything is just better with brushes. So we have this brush cleaner that sells for $10 retail. And between each use during my appointments, I can spray that on those brushes and clean them on a soft cloth, and they are then disinfected before the next person can use them. Because you only use, if it's only one use you're washing off, there's not a lot of product in those brushes. However, when I use my brushes daily, especially the liquid foundation brushes, they have so much more product in them because I use them more than once before I clean them. This is the ticket for that little problem. This is called our Time-Wise Cleansing Bar. It comes in a dish. It's a bar of soap. Comes in a dish with holes in the bottom. And I just learned this a while back, where you hold this bar in its dish so that it doesn't fall out of your hands, because you can hold it with the dish. And you hold it under running water. So the water's hitting it, and you take your brush and you just scrub it, scrub it, scrub it on the bar of soap under the running water. You will watch the makeup from your brushes just running down the drain instantly. I mean, it takes no work to get these clean. There's no redoing them. They get clean so fast. So my process personally, and I will just disclose this bad habit that I have, is I have so many brushes because I don't like to clean my brushes. So I have about 5 or 6 foundation brushes up in my bathroom. And I don't wash the powder brushes as often, but the foundation brushes, and I love them, they need to be clean to do a good job. So if they start getting dirty, I just toss them in the cupboard and get a clean one. And now upstairs, I told Dale earlier, I've got about 12 brushes laying up there waiting for me to clean them. And I just wait till they're all dirty. I take this up, run it under the water, scrub, 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 wipe it off on a towel, and voila, you are done. You lay them flat to dry so that you don't put them like this to dry, because the water that might drip down into the bail here can loosen the glue. And it's best if you can dry them laying flat. Those are my brush tips. Now what I used, let me just explain. The cheek color, the Hint of Pink cheek color is what I talked about, and that sells for $12. The contouring latte is $14. That's the contouring color that I used today. I told you the entire brush set. The Time Wise bar sells for $20, and I gotta tell you, this thing lasts forever. It lasts forever. It's so handy. The brush cleaner I already said is $10. And let's see what else I have here that needs to be explained. Oh, the translucent powder sells for $16, and it lasts a really long time. You just need such a small amount, but it makes such a big difference. So the reason for brushes is it just gives you, you're gonna go to the effort of putting your makeup on. Why not have it look its best? And it's very quick. And the thing about our brushes is we've got this whole package for $55. If you bought a quality brush in a department store, you would pay that for one brush if it was a good one. And ours are synthetic bristles that are so fine that they can give you a finish your fingers can't do. So that's,
You know, Linda, I do want to talk about this sponge too, because that bar, using the bar with this sponge, because sponges get gross really fast.
Yeah.
And that's why I didn't like them before I heard about cleansing it with cleansing bar. So really, it's a great way to clean sponges too.
I hadn't even thought.
Great job. Great job.
One thing I want to close with, everyone, and that is we would love your feedback. We're trying to keep these as short as possible to not take a lot of time, but we are also trying to give you information that could be helpful to you, especially if you're at home and a little bit isolated at this point in time. It's a good time to practice new techniques, and you can get from Mary Kay anything you need. It's still available for everyone. So we would love your feedback, and we know that this is what we do, but you have good ideas too, and we would love to know what they are. So please comment after you have watched this and let us know what you liked best and any ideas you might have to share with us. Thank you.
All right. Fabulous job, ladies.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Bye-bye.